everyone, welcome! It's me, Marls44, and I'm back with another, well, not really another, but I'm here with a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. First one, of course, this is my Wi-Fi battle number 8 because I did Black and White 2 battles, but finally got this going. It took so long. I'm sorry, guys, but we finally got X and Y Wi-Fi battles going because I finally figured out how to make teams really efficiently, quickly, and well at the same time, with, you know, not being able to use like Pokegen and stuff and having to breed your own Pokemon. I finally learned how to do it and such, and well, now we've got Wi-Fi battles, and I'll be getting them a lot more, so remember to challenge me. You know, message me on Skype or just message on the video or something and just challenge me. But yeah, so as for the teams, pretty similar because we worked on them together. The big differences are I'm using Charizard X, he's using Charizard Y. I'm using Dragonette's bulky Gyarados, he's using Restock Gyarados. Florges and Ferrothorn are both the same, both walls. Then I'm using Bisharp with, you know, the Sucker Punch and such. Sadly, I couldn't get knockoff, so it's like he's a UU poke. So I was like, okay, I don't really mind. I'll just use Night Slash. And he's using Hydreigon, Choice Scarf, so very, very fast. And yeah, I'm using Gardevoir, Choice Scarf. So make her very fast but very strong at the same time. What happened right here at the beginning of the game, though, let's start off with it. There's probably one Pokemon I missed on his side to mention. I think it's his other sweeper, but I'll mention that in a minute when it comes out. So what happened was, you know, I thought he would like Stealth Rocks or something because I couldn't do much on him, so I switched out, but he switched out into Gyarados, so I decided to switch out into Ferrothorn because I kind of saw like a Dragon Tail, or I saw a Dragon Tail coming, or even a Waterfall. So I switched out into Ferrothorn, and the Iron Bards plus Rocky Helmet does do quite a bit of damage. I mean, it's a Rest Talk set, and Rest Talkers are pretty big, knowing when they're going to wake up now and not just taking a chance. But still, it does quite a bit of damage, even though he can easily just rest it off. And I'm liking that, so I just throw Ferrothorn back in to take the hit. This time it goes into Bisharp, so I won't have to change out. And I could probably try for like a setup or a Sucker Punch or something. I believe I went for a Sucker Punch thinking he would go for a Waterfall. I don't remember why I thought he would go for a Waterfall. I think it was just because I didn't see anything else he could do, but he decides to rest it off, which was a smart move on his part. And then he takes Gyarados out to go into his Charizard Y. Now this was a big misplay on his part, and yeah, what happened was I got the Swords Dance up, yeah, but I think he completely forgot I ran Sucker Punch, and I knew his Charizard, he told me about his Charizard, and he said, you know, it was 4 moves Charizard is basically Stall Breaker, so it was completely bash your head in Charizard, and because of that, I got the Sucker Punch off and knocked it out. This game would have been entirely different if this didn't happen. It was a little bit of a screw up, but what can you do? So his Hydreigon comes out, and I'm like, okay, I'm not taking a Flamethrower or a Fire Blast. Let's just get out of here, go into Florges. He might try to predict the switch, going to a Draco Meteor, so Florges on the safe side, knowing she's my specialty defensive wall, and that does quite a bit, but it was a critical hit. This was Choice Specs Hydreigon, I'd be much more afraid, and I would have probably thrown out like Charizard or something, because Choice Specs Hydreigon is Choice Specs Hydreigon. So I go for the Protect, you know, thinking he's going to go for another Flamethrower because of how much HP I'm at. But he decides to use that against me, switch out into his Ferrothorn, and I'm going to have to switch out, and I believe right here he sets up his rocks. By the way, his other sweeper, the Trace is kind of nice, getting the Iron Barb, so if he tries to hit me with something, you know, he'll take some damage. But I sometimes forget that Gardevoir is part Fairy now, but I was just focusing on Focus Blast. You know, I was very focused on it. He gets some Seed off. He probably could have done a lot of damage with Gyro Ball, but we were both really out of practice during this game, so it took a long time. It took 35 turns, other than the other games took like 20, 15 turns. So I have 2 more games for you guys. But yeah, so he goes for the Leech Seed, you know, takes some HP from me, heals off, and then switches out because he knows another Focus Blast is coming. in comes Gyarados, and just takes the Focus Blast like it tickles. It tickles his titties. 2 Focus Blasts in a row though, so pretty nice. You know, that 70 accuracy always kind of hurts you sometimes. His other sweeper, by the way, is Aggron. He decided to make his own kind of Aggron sweeper. It has the Aggronite though, so he has 2 Megas, but it's a very solid team. His team is very, very solid with the type of sweepers he has, and if you cannot learn, if you get out predicted or something, something will die. That's kind of how his team is. Charizard Y will kill you. Hydreigon will kill you. And so will the other guy. So right here, it's kind of just it's kind of a stalemate a little bit. He's trying to sleep talk Dragon Tail me. So he Dragon Tails me out. But the Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet do a bit of damage, which is kind of nice because I'm like, okay, he's still asleep. Yeah, he's probably gonna wake up in like a turn or two, but he's still asleep. I don't mind. Drags out my floor guys. I'm like, okay, I'm not concerned about this. Can't Dragon Tail me, and I can just kind of Moonblast it. But yeah, he chose to make a Aggron sweeper, but his team's like, if he can punish you, something's getting hurt really bad or knocked out. So his team's really solid in that way of it. I go for the Wish. He gets the Waterfall off on the Sleep Talk, I guess. Wait, no, it wasn't Sleep Talk. He just goes for a Waterfall. He was just trying to dish out some damage because I'm specially defensive. But because of the Wish, I'm going to heal it all back up and just be like, nope. Yeah, my team's more of a, you know, my normal standard team. Have someone who's really strong, have someone who can set up, and have someone who's choiced and locked into something. That's normally how I look at my sweepers. I want someone choiced because it's really good, but I need someone fast enough, so I'm looking at my Gardevoir. I need something that can hit really, really hard just for hell, Bisharp, and then I need something that can set up and such in my Charizard. So he goes out into his Aggron, and I kind of just missed what he did. I think he just switched into it, and I tried to hit him with something. Who did I even have? I had Florges. I probably Moonblasted. He goes for the Heavy Slam as I switch into the Ferrothorn, and I'm like, okay, I completely forgot that his Aggron has Brick Break, and this is a Impish Nature, not max defense, but pretty freaking solid defense Ferrothorn, and that Brick Break did quite a lot. The Rocky Helmet Iron Barbs is actually doing quite a bit for it, so I'm not too afraid. I just want to set up my rocks because I need to punish some things for switching out. Because he has rocks on me, I believe. So I gotta get mine up, and I don't care if he falls. He's gonna get really low, and I'll just be able to revenge him and knock him out with something. Yeah, I go into my Gyarados. I believe I just go for a straight Waterfall. I think he made a mistake and returned it and withdrew Aggron. I believe that was a mistake because of the reason. It wasn't a bad mistake because he sends out Ferrothorn, and my Gyarados does take a bit of damage from it because of that. But when Aggron comes back in, he's probably going to die from rocks and a little bit of damage. So yeah, my Waterfall doesn't do a great deal of damage, but he is getting kind of low. Probably just heal it off with like Leech Seed and stuff. Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet does quite a bit, so I gotta get out of here. And I was thinking, okay, let's throw in my Charizard. It's a perfect time to set up, perfect time to just hit something really, really hard. He goes for a Leech Seed. I believe I Mega Evolve and go for Dragon. No, I don't Mega Evolve. I believe I just go for a Dragon Dance because I resist him a little more when I'm not Mega Evolved. I don't remember. No, sorry, I'm being very derpy. I switched out from Gyarados, then he Leech Seeded. This is the next turn. I Mega Evolve. He switches out to Florges and I Mega Evolve. Okay, I'm sorry if I threw anyone off. So yeah, I Mega Evolve. Kind of a bad decision. I guess he suspected like a Dragon Claw or something because he thought I'd switch out, which was a good play on his part. But I didn't care. I just went for Flare Blitz, and I knew anything that doesn't resist it, even Hydreigon, is going to take a nice chunk from this thing. It makes me go really low. I like the Flare Blitz combo, especially with having Gardevoir on this team. I probably would have been hesitant to run it. he goes into Gyarados, and you know, I switch out from Charizard, and he's like, what are you doing? He's gonna die when he comes back in. But my Gardevoir has Healing Wish, which is why I don't mind running Flare Blitz, because it actually saves me in this game. I don't know who was the MVP on my team. I definitely know his MVP was Hydreigon. That thing was a pain in my side. Very big pain in the butt. The Ferrothorns are Ferrothorns, and they're always pain in the butts. So he twists out to his Ferrothorn, and I believe I go for a Night Slash just to deal this out some damage. I know I would knock out his Gyarados if I hit it with that, and it almost knocks out his Ferrothorn. I'm just thinking, okay, well that stinks, because now I'm going to have to get hurt by Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs again. But I don't mind. You know what? I take out his Ferrothorn. It's gone. And this time I get the crit. I was hoping for the crit the first time. The second time I get the crit. Pokemon trolling me daily basis. On a daily basis. Okay, so Hydreigon comes back in, and yeah, this thing is scary. I believe I just go for the Sucker Punch. Yeah, I go for the Sucker Punch because I can't really do that much. And he's just gonna go for a Dark Pulse because I think this is his last Pokemon, and I still have Florges left. He was talking to me while we were fighting, and he's like, "Oh crap, you still have Florges. I can't Draco Meteor. I can't Fire." Whoa. No, he could have Fire Blasted, but that would have been pretty risky. But he's like, I can't Draco Meteor, because he was thinking of just spamming Draco Meteor, which might have worked, especially with the fact that it's super effective on Charizard, and maybe Gardevoir would have survived it. But so I send him my Gardevoir. He gets a Dark Plus off, almost dies. I get the Healing Wish to go into Charizard, which really, it didn't matter. It's a good set. It's a good tactic to, you know, Healing Wish when Gardevoir is going to die, and then get Charizard back to full HP. But the problem was, oh wait, no, this is later in the game. He still has his Aggron left. I believe I go for a Dragon Claw. Yes, I go for a Dragon Claw just to try to hit it, and if Aggron comes in, I'll probably be able to KO it with Dragon Claw. And I do KO it, so that's good. I thought he had... I thought that was his last Pokemon. No, he still has Gyarados too. But he was trying to sweep my team with Dragon Pulse. That was basically it. He didn't want to go for Fire Blast because he knew what else I had. And he just wanted to see if he could sweep my team with not Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse. So I'm gonna switch out. His Gyarados, I believe, is gonna go for a Waterfall or Sleep Talk because it's sleep, of course. Sorry if I'm a little messing up with my commentary. I keep thinking things are gonna happen, but I'm sure everybody does that after they've played the battle and watched it a few times trying to record. Goes for the Waterfall, doesn't KO me. I was actually a little afraid it wouldn't KO me, but I remembered, oh yeah, right, he doesn't have any attack vested. I have like 192 attack vested on mine, so I'm gonna go right for a Stone Edge. I can't go for a substitute, of course. I was going to substitute if he didn't hit me with a Waterfall. If he Dragon Tailed, I probably would have switched in back to Gyarados, but hit me with a Waterfall. I go for the Stone Edge. Almost lives. I mean, almost dies. Crit would have killed it, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to go for a flat up Waterfall, knowing my attack invested. EVs will kill it. So yeah, I get a crit. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. And yeah, so I believe what's left is Hydreigon now. Now this is where Hydreigon is the only Pokemon standing on his team. But so again, same thing. He has to go for Dark Pulse if he wants to try to sweep my team because of Florges. He could go for Fire Blast, but I remember now he had to go for Dark Pulse because of Gyarados. And it would do nothing. Not because it's Gyarados. Sorry, because of Charizard both times. It would do nothing. He goes for a Dark Pulse on my Charizard and actually takes it out in a shot. I did not expect that one bit. So we're both down to our last pokes. Florges versus Hydreigon. And then he goes for a Dark Pulse. Doesn't do that much because, you know, not very effective. I go for a Wish, just kind of saying, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to take a risk. I don't want you to crit me. Just going to Wish and then Moonblast you. Just going to play it safe because I have this in the bag I have this in the bag if I'm careful. So I played careful enough there and just moonblasted him. I mean, I didn't want him to crit me. Probably wouldn't have killed me, but probably if I moonblast the first time I would have killed him. But still, great game. We were both very rusty. I'm sure you could tell there were lots of mistakes on both sides. So that's kind of what happened. We both had tons of mistakes, and when I look back and rewatch the video, I was like, oh, I screwed up here and there and there. I should have done this, because it wasn't a good idea. And same with him. He made a few mistakes, and the Charizard was a huge one. For getting my sucker punch, but it's not a big deal. I mean, we've both been out of practice, so it was a great game though. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to fight me, 1v1 me, bro, on some Pokemon, I have a few teams and I'll be up for fighting you. So let me know in the comments and such. Remember to like and comment, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. The link to my Twitter, Facebook, and Skype will all be in the description below, and so will the link to JahaufNinjaThunder's YouTube and Twitter, so you can go check all those out. And that's about it, and I'll see you guys next time.